Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. All right, my friends, back again here for another episode on another legendary Monday, shall I say. And as I take a sip of the old diesel fuel, we're going to be bringing in my friend Maynard. Well, who knows where in the world he is? We'll find out. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey, Dave. Thank you for having me on the show. Thanks, man.
You're really welcome. I love your shirt.
Thank
not
you.
a legendary shirt, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Where are you calling in from?
So I'm actually in Saudi Arabia now. I was in Cleveland, Ohio, but I moved back here. So I'm actually a U.S. graduate. So
Okay.
Came back here home.
Same thing, right? Chicago,
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Thanks.
How'd you like Chicago coming from and growing up, I would assume, in Saudi Arabia, did you say?
Yes, but I was in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, I'm sorry. How did you like America and Cleveland growing up in Saudi Arabia?
It was I guess it was fine. So we have some things that are really similar, but because my sister actually lives there too, my cousins, so it wasn't really a big deal. Maybe the first few months, but then after that, it was okay.
So, but you moved back to Saudi Arabia. I mean, that says something. I mean, do you have family there or what?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Your main family is all there still.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
exactly.
Want to be closer to them. Okay,
that's not only the reason. And I got my first job here, so so they actually wanted to move me here to Saudi, so I came here anyway. And since I have my family here, so I moved here as well.
Well, that's actually fairly convenient for you, right? That's actually a pretty good little setup there. Go to Cleveland, get a degree, and then get a job back in your hometown. I would think.
Yes, homeland, and then for years later, I quit my job.
All right. Well, tell us your internet marketing story. How in the heck did you go from, college at Cleveland back to a job in Saudi, and now you're online marketing and have found legendary and are working with us? Tell us how you found us and how you got here.
So I think it was like the during COVID. Usually, so what I do is not actually like 9 to 5 job. It's basically I'm on like rotational schedule. So basically, I work 6 weeks off, 6 weeks on. So I go to remote areas and I stay there for 6 weeks, and then I come back 4 weeks, and I stay home for 4 weeks. So during COVID, this wasn't the case. I would stay all the time in remote areas. I go from one location to another for about 8 months straight. I did not see my family, and basically the job environment is toxic. They have status. If you're an engineer, if you're like operator, they have all this kind of levels. And like most of us, I just got sick, of leaving my family, and I got married, I think 3 years ago. And really, I did not spend my time with my family or my wife. So I did like
nothing worse than to get married, have a brand new wife, and then have to be away from her all the time, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So
come on.
So what I did like most of people, what they do basically. I think on Instagram first. I was scrolling, and I did see one guy. I don't remember his name actually. I still don't know who he is. But he had, the side hustle videos, make this in 1 hour, make this in 2 hours. And I was like, they can do this in 1 hour. And this is actually my daily rate. So,
right.
Yeah. So what I did, I stayed, I watched some of his videos. One video led to another. And, I just looked into affiliate marketing and I found the 15-day challenge. I took it, and I think I finished the 15-day challenge in less than 15 days, maybe 7 or 8 days, because I just wanted to, find something that I can do, so I can quit my job eventually. And here we are today. It happened. So
you quit your job?
I did back in December, I gave them December 21. I gave them my 1 month notice, and now I'm officially, I don't work there anymore.
As
So
a direct result of now transitioning into this way of earning a living and making money, and as a
exactly.
direct result of going through this education and being exposed to this community and seeing other people doing it, and now you're doing it yourself. That's
Exactly.
what has happened. That's
And
wonderful.
yeah, and the reason why actually, when I think I stayed 6 weeks in an offshore rig, um, and I was making content there too, actually. And I think I made 25 sales in that month while I was actually working.
Yeah.
Um, and I had in my mind, I said, I bet if I can focus on this, make it my full time, I would be able to make more than 25 sales a month.
Yeah.
And I took the leap of faith, and now I'm actually making more than 25 sales a month.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. I mean, here we are sitting here once again. Maynard, I've never met you. I mean, I was even late this morning. I was 2 minutes late, so sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
No disrespect. And here we are. You're a guy from Saudi Arabia. I'm just fascinated by this, Maynard. I mean, you went to college in Cleveland, so you also
Yes.
sought out but you're a guy who's grown up and living in Saudi Arabia. And I think Maynard, the world is a depressing place. I mean, look at what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, and
Yeah.
what's happened in the Middle East, and I mean, we've been surrounded by so much conflict and just, I mean, hopelessness. I mean, you
Yeah.
mentioned what has
Exactly.
happened over the last couple of years, and that was another thing. We're just coming out of that, and now something else is happening on the world stage that's affecting everybody. And I think it's hard to, it's hard to believe that somebody can make this dramatic of a change. I think it's hard to believe sometimes because the world is so full of things that make us hopeless.
Yeah.
And here you are, yet another person. I've never met you before until now
Yeah.
live. We didn't even talk offline. And you're somebody who randomly from across the world found this course in this community and have now set yourself free essentially because of it. And I
Yeah.
just find that to be the most fascinating phenomenon in the world, man. Don't you? I
Thank you.
mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
there's
I think
still
so.
hope. That's my point. There's hope, people. Let me finish my rant with the cherry on top, which is there's hope. I mean, turn off the news if you have to, whatever you have to do. Tune into the show every morning. I don't know what you have to do, but there's hope. And here's yet another story of Maynard. I'm going to be dead honest with you, man.
Go
I
ahead.
say, and I am always honest, but I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. I say to Matt often, I say, when are these success stories going to stop coming through, man? Like
They're not.
this is just, there's something special that's happening here that we can have a new student on every day with a waiting list and 2 years long to talk to you guys and to hear stories like this. I mean, and it's beyond anything that I've done. I mean, I've done just put some education together. What do you think is the ingredient, whereas so many people are finding freedom in hope here?
I think the way that the 15-day challenge is structured is especially after I think day 5, where you talk about the mentality, the mindset, and I think a lot of people they just don't believe in themselves, and I didn't honestly. But when I listen to the mindset, the programming, and all that stuff, and the rewire your mind, I think the audio that you did, I think this was the main reason that it allowed me to believe in myself, and I think a lot of people would agree with me as well. It's the mindset. It's just not the education, the 15-day challenge, but actually the mindset that was taught in it as well. And I think this is why this
Yeah.
is the ingredient.
it's an intangible thing, right? You can't put your hand on it, and it really is about having not just one but a whole group of people really truly believe in you. I
Exactly.
think, and
Yeah.
not, I think this is what you're saying,
Yeah.
and this is what's coming up for me also, and especially as I check some of the comments too, because I'm fascinated by when things really work and what makes them work. But sometimes you can't even duplicate it. You know, you can't
Yeah.
even remake it because there's just a perfect storm of both. You know, whatever you need that's fueling the fire as far as education or whatever. But then you need, or you have here, people in community that not just are believing in you, and instilling confidence, but giving you practical skills to be able to, and making it make sense. That was one of the things that was always troubling for me, was mindset work never made sense to me, because
Exactly.
it was just like, well, what are we doing here? Affirmations? Are we praying? What are we doing? I mean, because I've never learned how to work on my mindset. You know what I mean? I had never learned on that, learned about that before. And it's also not just the raw. It's not the MLM, the go and get hyped
Yeah.
up, and nothing against that, or any other motivational event. It's really truly looking at, what makes me tick and what am I afraid of, and then really addressing those, finding
Exactly.
out they're not that big. It's just a shadow that, I can actually make it disappear. And then practicing, taking the step and practicing these things. Was there anything that was difficult for you? I mean, Maynard, I don't know much about Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabian culture or anything like that, except that I think it's fairly conservative. um I don't
Not
know if I'm
anymore.
not anymore. Okay.
Yes, not anymore. It's
Did
totally
you
different.
Totally different. Okay.
Yeah, they
Did
actually
you
had Justin Bieber here. I think a while ago. They had concerts.
Okay,
It's
nice.
changed like the West now.
Okay.
Actually,
Wonderful.
yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah,
And you know what? I've never been to Saudi Arabia or Dubai or anything, so I'm really just speaking very out of my realm here. But what I'm
that's okay.
asking is, how is family and friends reactive to this? I mean, how did you deal with any blowback, negative feedback, criticism, questioning? Talk to us a little bit about, because that affects the mindset as well. That affects the confidence if we don't have the support of friends and family, and
Exactly.
oftentimes that'll knock us off what we're doing. So talk to us a little bit about that.
So when I started, actually, I never told anyone except my wife because
When you were smiling as I was talking, I kind of figured you were going to say that, and that I was wasting all
yeah.
my breath with even worrying about your culture. But go ahead and tell us.
Yeah. So what I did basically, I told no one, and the only person that actually knew, it was only my wife. When I told the only time I told my family and friends and even my coworkers, when I gave them 1 month notice and I told them I'm quitting, and everyone was like, "Oh, did you find another job, or what is it that you do?" Now they're trying to find out what I'm doing. Even my family, they every single day they're like, "So what do you do? What are you doing?" Basically, what I tell them, I do freelance. I'm not gonna tell them, but some of my friends,
You're
they still,
freelancing, right? You're
yeah,
freelancing. Yeah.
exactly,
So you
yeah.
can be home more with your
Wife,
new wife. I mean,
yeah,
for God's
exactly,
sakes, that makes a lot of sense to me.
yeah. So I never told anyone. To this day, like I said, my friends and my coworkers, well, ex coworkers, they still contact me and they try to get something out of me, but I tell them the same thing every single time. I do freelance job. I do this and I do that, but I never told them what I do actually, because I know if I told them, they would be looking for me.
It's so funny, man. It's a real challenge, I think, for everybody. And this is something that I'm just going to offer to everybody, in sort of just, I'm going to see this. I'm not even going to challenge you to do this, but just think about this for a second. There was a time, Craig Douglas said, this is top secret stuff. LOL. That's funny. Yeah, dude, freaking totally top secret. There, what was I just going to say? I was going to talk about, oh yeah, there was a time when, man, I still got to really catch myself to do this because, just because it doesn't matter whether you make thousands, millions, multi-millions. I mean, people still treat you like a person. So
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just living a regular life. I'm no different than anybody else. And I've got neighbors, and they're I've always had nosy neighbors because I've been kind of like, I dress like I'm homeless every day. I just, you know what I mean? I wear sweatpants and Birkenstocks and socks and just walk around the neighborhood, walking my kid with in a stroller and all this kind of stuff. And people are like, I got this one neighbor who's very curious about what I do. And yeah, it's very different. The energy is very different that I have now than like when I first started, because I was like,
yeah,
when I first started, I'd be like, oh, well, let me explain to you. And, just
yeah,
sitting there explaining and, because I just wanted anybody to believe in me, dude. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
exactly.
that's really what I wanted I just wanted somebody to believe in me. And if you were to like buy my products or show any interest, that meant that you actually were taking me seriously. And that was really
Exactly.
cool for me. And now, dude, I try to avoid talking about work like a plague, because it does not matter if how successful you get. If somebody doesn't understand it, they're still going to criticize it, and
Exactly.
it still could turn into an awkward and weird and even conversation where you get your feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Because you didn't get the support or the response from your family member that you would have
Yeah,
liked. You
exactly.
know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I really try to avoid, and I know I spent a few minutes talking about that, piggybacking on what you said, but I just would offer all of you listening who right now it's just so important. You feel rejected by people, you feel like you're not supported. I mean, you're pivoting, doing something bold and different
exactly.
outside of the system kind of, you know, curriculum for you, like, or the system kind of, to-do list, like do this when you're now do this, now get a job, now like this is a bit outside of that. So you're going to get some criticism. You're going to get, so you might and you have to make an adult decision about whether it's important for you to continue to get validation and recognition from friends and family, whether you need to go to them to get that, or whether you can build a business and get that from your audience and get
Yes,
that from the customers that you serve. Now that's a real challenge, right? Because
yes,
those people are actually, like, if you want to challenge yourself in entrepreneurship, and this doesn't have to be because you're some savage entrepreneur, but just shift your focus and let's try to get the recognition, and let's try to get the attaboys from the people that we're serving, because that's legitimate feedback that we can actually believe, because they're using our business. They're a part of our
yes.
business rather than a random bystander. What comes up for you as I'm ranting about this a little bit?
So honestly, my dad and I think my brother-in-law, when I told them that I was quitting, they were like, "No, don't do this. Your job is the only source." And you know what? When because I was, like you said, because I was trying to do something different from what they're taught to do. And I told them, this is my life. This is what I'm not gonna ask anyone, like give me money or anything like that. I believe in myself and I know I can do this. And I kept telling them, and they keep telling me the same thing. Do you think it's what you're doing? Is it gonna be here after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? But it's so hard to explain to them, and I tell them
Yeah,
yes.
like, do we even know if the world's gonna be here? I mean, with who's in control of nuclear bombs around this planet, I'm wondering if we're even gonna be here for another 6 months, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? I'm
Exactly.
living every day to the fullest, people. Okay? Tell Pops that I said 10, 20, 30 years. If I'm still alive in 10, 20, 30 years, I ain't going to be working nothing, no jobs. I'm going to be smoking cigars all day long, laying by the pool.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I told them. I told them, no, this is the best decision I have ever made, and I'm not gonna back off. So, um,
Uh-oh, we got a
but
watch fanatic in the house. Riley knows about Paddocks. Come on now. Let's go. Maybe you got to be like a jeweler or something to know these things. It's like some of the pieces that I wear, one's, you know, it's 1 in a million would know what they are. But there you go, Riley. All right, let's have a little watch moment. All right, back to you, Maynard. We're back focused on marketing now. I got distracted for a second.
No, you're fine.
Somebody complimented my watch. I mean, come on, I gotta take that in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what's up, TikTok? That's your deal. Traffic generation coming from TikTok mostly, or also Instagram. And tell us what do you know now? What are you doing now that you didn't know back then? I mean, drop a few nuggets on us.
Okay, so I actually, believe it or not, I had 6 TikTok accounts. 3 of them, so 3 of them I made them, and I got strikes. So basically, I started from the beginning. Then I had 1 account, which is
you got 1 shut down. You say
3 actually.
3 shut down.
Yes,
that's a record that I know of.
Yes, though, but that did not stop me. The 4th one, actually, I got to close to 50,000 followers. But the thing about this account, I did have, I think, 5 or 6 strikes. So I still have 1, and it's not my main account. I don't use it anymore. And I was actually attracting the wrong audience. And then I started another account, which is now, this is my main account, Dream into Reality. And basically, I took, my experience, trial and error of making the 5, the hooks, how to attract the right audience, everything that I learned. I actually, what I did, I just tried to replicate what I did, but in a good way, so I don't get shut down. And now, basically, this is what I'm doing. I try to stay away from, income claims. Now, anything that you say that related to affiliate marketing, it can't get flagged as an MLM. So
really?
this is what I try to stay.
So even saying those words, you're seeing that saying those words, are those words the trigger?
So if you put affiliate marketing, what I have seen from my own experience, if I put affiliate marketing, as a text inside the video or say it, it triggers. So TikTok does not push the video as much as if I just put digital marketing. So I'm trying to test, because I've seen a lot of people that they've said the same thing. They're experiencing the same thing. If they say affiliate marketing, their videos, they're not being basically pushed. So I try to stay away from saying affiliate marketing, and I try to say digital marketing or freelance digital marketing. But honestly, I think I've learned in the past 6 months from getting my accounts shut down. I've learned a lot of things. The hooks, the first 3 seconds, they're really important. Sometimes what I do, I have a video and I do split test. So I change the first 3 seconds and I see what it might change. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But that's the thing.
And for people who don't know what a hook is, I mean, you seem like you could do this for us. And if I can too.
That's okay.
What is an example of a good hook and a bad hook? And it'd be great if you could actually demonstrate us, like as if you're holding your phone there. What would you say or do, or what have you said or done in a video that worked really well versus a hook that you could have used that might not have worked really well, so people can really understand what you mean by that?
Okay, so I use one hook that I've tried to use it most of the time, and it always works. And you can guide strike. So, and it goes something like this. I shouldn't probably tell you this, but, and then you can add something like, I shouldn't probably show you this because I use it for myself, something like this. And I got one video went over 100K views. And one video about Amazon, and it went something like this. Do not buy from Amazon until you watch this. So this is 2 examples of a good hook. One hook that I think it worked really well one time, but then I tried to do it another time, but it didn't. I don't know why, but it was something like this. I can't believe no one is doing this side hustle, or I can't believe no one is doing this. And then I show them inside the video.
Yeah.
So it worked one time, but it didn't the other time. Um, Another bad example, it would be what I've seen actually, the how to sort of videos, they perform really well. But because of TikTok now, you can't really say like how to make this amount in this period of time. You cannot do this, or your account, your video will be taken down.
Right.
But you can say things like how to make 5K or how to make 5 figure. That's okay. If you say that, it's okay. TikTok will not take down your video. Um, but videos, bad hooks that I've used a lot, but I just can't remember now.
Yeah,
Um,
and really a headline is like, or a hook is like a headline,
yeah,
right?
exactly. The
Like
first
an
three
email.
seconds.
Yeah, it's the first thing that they're basically reading when, it's kind of like if you land on a sales page, the text that at the top of the sales page, which is also important. And
Exactly.
I have a document right here that I just pulled out, and it's 250 different email headlines. Why firing your blank could save you blank. Increase your blank and reduce your blank. The most boring blank in the world. Blank, a national myth. Can an old school blank be better than a blank?
Yeah,
10 reasons 10 blanks you won't regret buying. Blank finally did something right. Don't overlook these best. I mean, what I'm hearing from you, and this is what came up for me, and surprisingly, I never thought about it like this, but what an amazing link together. They're so similar. The first 3 seconds of a TikTok video or a piece of content, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, really is like an email headline. It's the
e-
determining factor of whether the person is going to watch the rest of the video. It is determining the determining factor whether somebody is going to open and read the email. Would you agree with that?
exactly. Yes. If they don't open your email, they're not. Well, if you don't write something that will grab their attention, they're not gonna open the email. If they don't open the email, they're not gonna read it. If they don't read it, you're not gonna make any sales.
How
So, but
many
yeah,
of you how many of you who are here today, and this is the benefit of being here live, right? Maybe, Maynard, this is what I like to do. I like to say, what's holding you back now from getting traffic, leads, and sales now? Today. Today's the day you change your life. Today is the day. Your future can change in an instant. The trajectory, the path you travel, the road you're taking, boom, right turn, you're on to a completely different trajectory. So how many of you, for being here live, would like a direct share link to that document that I just showed that had 250 different combinations of email headlines that you can both use in your emails, of course, and anywhere else that you want, because marketing is really interchangeable. But also, so you can use at the beginning of, now Maynard gave you some amazing, amazing little nuggets there with those first hooks, but I want to give you 250 more because I want you to have zero. Okay, Bruce,
yeah, I
zero
know.
excuses.
I know. I would.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna just drop the share link right into the comments. Maynard, I'll send it to you so you have it as well. You don't have to
All right. Thank you.
even lift
Awesome.
a finger, my friend, because you know what? You're the reason why we're here and we're even talking about this. So we'll make sure that you
Awesome.
get
Thank
that.
you.
As a matter of fact, yeah, Roxy's on. Roxy, I'm going to drop this in the marketing channel, and let's get an email sent out to Maynard with that link in it. I just put it in the marketing channel. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
Maynard, I mean, golly, man. I mean, what next? What now? I mean, do you I mean, from a marketing standpoint, not really just where you're going to take this on, but from a strategy standpoint, where do you go from here? Do you continue to, are you just staying in the basics, staying in the trenches, building traffic? I mean, are you sticking with affiliate marketing for right now, laser focused, just focusing on building traffic assets, various different pieces of digital real estate that will bring in passive traffic, a YouTube channel, TikTok, whatever? Are you going on, moving, wanting to create your own courses, coaching programs? I mean, tell us what your strategy is over, say, 2022.
So what I'm trying now, probably after a few months, probably mid June, I will start working on my own course, my coaching, definitely, because I want to do the 4 business models. The affiliate marketing, coaching and consulting, digital product, masterminds. I'm going to be doing all of these. But for now, probably until June, I would still focus on affiliate marketing. And then I would start, building my own course and my coaching business, and in the future, maybe my mastermind. So, but this is in 2022.
I would just ask one favor.
Go ahead, yeah.
Is that as you do this, and this is not some BS. Listen closely, folks. What I'm about to ask him. Please don't stop what's working when you move on to continue to build on to your business. And what I mean by that is I see so many people who start with affiliate marketing and get that going and then stop that because they want to go on to do their own thing, expand their business really. And what they end up doing is stopping what's working to then go and replace that with what they think is better. And I see this happen to people all the time. Top affiliates here at Legendary have done this. They've reached huge status, then stopped driving affiliate traffic to wherever they were driving it from, to go on and spend, months or years building their course or program or whatever. And all the while they have no funding for that. And there's this big lull and they don't know what happened. They don't know what happened. They were doing so well. They were doing so good. And now all of a sudden they don't know what happened because they were going for bigger and better things. And the reason why is very simply because they stopped doing what was working. One of the best ways to transition into launching your own course, coaching program, whatever, is very simply to do it to the existing email list of the folks who have bought products and services from you already as an affiliate. Just simply to launch it to those people on your email list. You don't have to stop what you're doing. And that's simply because I see people get all this hope and then lose it a year later after having massive success because they're confused why all of a sudden their business, and there's a golden rule in business. And honestly, one of the people who says it is Warren Buffett. Look, he says, I'm not an investing genius. I just follow the rule. Don't lose money. And that applies here. There's nothing worse than losing money, cutting off money. So anyways, Maynard, you don't have to respond to that. I just wanted to offer you that and everybody else, because I've seen it so many times, and I just it's not nobody wants to ruin their business, but sometimes when we transition to do bigger things, we think that we need to stop doing what we're doing, and we shouldn't. You should never stop an income stream when it's streaming.
Exactly. I'm not going to stop affiliate marketing. No, driving traffic, all of that. I'm going to still do affiliate marketing. And at the same time, it's the only thing that I will be doing this year is actually try and finish, at least the outline of the course, the digital product that I will be doing. But it's not going to be my main focus. It would be like a side project that I do beside affiliate marketing. So I would still do affiliate marketing, make content, send emails. What I'm doing, I'm going to still do the same thing. But I will try to finish at least, this year, making the outlines, some videos, some modules, but it's not going to be my main focus.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you know what? Content can be created very quickly too. You know, Brian Brewer gives away a free course. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do to begin to warm up your content creation skills. You know, because it's a different type of content when you're going and making a course versus making short TikTok videos and so forth, or even
Yeah,
YouTube videos. Um, so there's so many different things that we can do as marketers to level up our value, and so many different places that being an affiliate can take you. I mean, we just won and we are actually, I am just with my single account, the number one affiliate in ClickFunnels, which is a massive company with
yeah,
tens of thousands of affiliates, and they're doing 100 million a year. And not legendary. If they were to count all of our sales coming there, we would be blowing their roof off. But I just won an affiliate contest last week for legendary, just from my account. I didn't do anything different though. That's the ironic thing, is I actually didn't lift a finger to send an email. None of us did. You know, I didn't say, "Hey, Matt, go send an email" or anything. It just, that's the power of automation, that, you know, my
exactly.
ClickFunnels account can grow passively into the number one affiliate for ClickFunnels.
It's
And
awesome.
last week there was a 5-day trial contest, and where you're just driving traffic. So, you know, my account's driving tons of traffic, and that's just as an affiliate. And now I'm potential. You know, I'm getting a big belt, lots of exposure. You know, talking to you know, potentially in some talks about doing some other stuff with maybe with ClickFunnels. Who knows? I mean, it's called the big O, baby.
Yeah,
Opportunity.
exactly.
Opportunity. Okay. And affiliate marketing, just affiliate marketing. We're not even talking about all the benefits, because you're saying course, coaching program, I'm doing all of it and it's all wonderful. And, you know, as I have built courses, coaching programs, live events, all this, you can see that I'm still doing affiliate marketing. That was the reason
Exactly.
why I brought that up, not to toot my own horn. Although, you know, you know, humble brag, humble brag, humble brag. Come on, there's a lot of gurus out there, man. There's a lot of people on the internet, gurus and goblins. It's full of them, and a lot of
Yeah,
people in this industry who give this industry a bad name, snakes. And I'll tell you what, who would have thunk to just say, you know what, this shit's going to be hard, it's not going to be easy, and it's not an overnight success, but you can actually build a real business, and we'll support you and walk with you every step of the way as you do this, and even talk to you, have you on the show. You come on the show and say, fuck off, Dave, I don't even like you. I mean, anybody could come on the show and do that. I'll absorb that, because, okay, let's work through your frustration and now find a solution to your problem. I Look, I'm fine with anybody saying that, because I want people to succeed. And that's why I'm saying the things that I'm saying about, you know, don't quit what's working. Don't
exactly.
quit what's working. I see people do this every day, Maynard, and I know I'm dwelling on it, but as well as humble bragging on myself. But I'm bragging on you too. I am unbelievably blown away by the stories in this community. And here yet again, somebody from around the world, Maynard, from around the world, sitting in
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia right now, and I'm sitting in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we're talking, you know, about marketing and turning our dreams into reality. I wonder,
exactly.
let's do a quick spitfire couple of questions. A lot of people struggle between picking a domain name. They want to maybe put their own name in it, or they want to go more generic with something like dreams into reality. Why did you go the direction that you went?
So dream into reality. That's only the username. But my own domain is actually my first name, the first three letters of my name, May, and then O, and then Joad, which is my middle name. So I use a generic name because in case I want to change, my niche or something, and I want to go probably maybe promote another product, not in the make money online, then I could basically use my generic name dash, the path. And I can say, for example, my own domain slash, dog, or welcome, or so I can use the generic name. So I can use it for different products, different, markets. So I would say basically use a generic name if you don't know what you're going to be doing.
Yeah. Here's another thing that is interesting to think about, and I talked about this with my private client coaching group, which we're totally full, and I'm not accepting any clients in right now, but it's the we had a call a couple of weeks ago, and I talked about, building, or it was actually a couple of months ago. I talked about building sellable assets in a industry that's not very common. It's not very common to build. Nobody ever thought of like little marketing businesses like this, like YouTube channels and affiliate marketers with email lists, those being sellable assets. Like, normally you can sell a business, folks. That's one of the big benefits of owning a business, is that it makes you money all the years that you own it. And then at the end, when you're done with it, it's a sellable asset that you can sell for usually a multiple of the total profit that you made that year. It's called your EBITDA. And if I did 5 million in EBITDA last year, I might get a multiple of 5 times when I sell my business, depending on the industry, is usually what determines the multiple. I might get $25 million for the business, when I'm done with it. So a lot of times it's better to build something with a little bit more generic element to it. So when you sell it to somebody else, your name is not attached to it, something to consider.
Okay.
For you didn't do it here, but other people who are putting their names in their things, it's not a bad thing, guys. I mean, the truth of the matter is that nobody seeks out your domain anyways. That's never how you generate traffic. 99% of traffic that's generated on the internet is generated through somebody clicking on something, not through somebody remembering, legendarymarketer.com. Let me type that into the URL. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. And I know because we've tracked stuff. I mean, there's a certain small percentage of our traffic that comes from organic search, which is usually people typing in things to Google and finding it through keywords. But very rarely are people typing in legendary marketer unless they're already customers coming back to the back office. So, yeah. The more that we can make it generic, I think it's better. I think I'd just commit to that personally myself these days as well. So if you're deciding about your domain name, how about hooking up and messing with your autoresponder, getting that set up? Did you use templated messages? Did you write your own emails? How did you navigate that setup of the funnel technology and in personalizing it with your own content?
So what I did, it really depends on the product. So for example, any product that you basically promote, most of them will have email swipes. So some I use, but what I did basically from the copywriting playbook, I think, I use some of it, the content inside of it to make my emails. I've also read the copywriting secrets, and basically I used what's inside of them to make my own emails. And like I said, but some of them I use email swipes, which they're already been written, and I can just basically get the subject line, the body, and basically try to tweak it sometimes. But yeah, I do mix of both. Email swipes that they're already ready to use, and some that I use myself. But as for the using the ClickFunnels, the tech side of it, mostly YouTube, and sometimes I go inside the back office. I go sometimes back to Decade in a Day to see how they this is when I started. But this is essentially how I do it. Mix between both email swipes that are ready and ones that I basically make myself.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? I mean, I get the majority of my inspiration from looking at somebody else's ad or so there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
I urge all of you to begin to try to customize swipe copy that you get as early as possible. And what that means is just swipe copy is when somebody gives you a pre-written email that you can use. We call it swipe. I mean, I don't know why it's called that. I have a swipe file that has lots of different ads and that in various different tools and stuff like the 250 email the 250 email headline swipe file. I have other large swipe files with with lots of different from different things that I've bought. And I shared some of that swipe, which is a beginning swipe file for those of you who bought the blueprints. When you log into your back office and you go to the affiliate marketing business blueprint, um, when you go here to underground secrets of direct response marketing, you can go in here to the resources section and you're going to get some of the best email and sales pages ever written. And you're going to get download access to, all of these sales letters that I've given you to begin to sort of to build your swipe file, so you can begin to, really look at what's worked and again, not copy it, but begin to model it. And that's what we hear, so many people talking about when they get on some of these platforms. They just look at what other people are doing and just try to copy it. But there's a difference between copying and modeling. Modeling is where you infuse your own personality and your own story and just your own content and product, whereas copying is no bueno. Brother, man, a lot of value, a lot of experience coming from you and your journey. What
Thank you.
one thought would you leave us with today?
Um, I would say one thing is just stay consistent, especially with Instagram. I think in the last 2 weeks, my account grew from 1,000 to over 6,000 in just 2 weeks because I stayed consistent. I posted 3 times a day, every single day, I think for the last 3 months or 4 months. And in the last 2 weeks, my account just blew up close to 7,000 followers now in just 2 weeks. And I know Instagram is really hard to grow, but that's it. Just stay consistent.
Yeah.
You may not see results right away, but you will be blown away by your consistent, basically hard work will just pay off eventually, and you will see it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to just stick with, I want to offer one tip, and it's a tip that you gave, but it's to use a hook at the beginning of your content. And if you don't have a hook, go back, listen to Maynard. He gave some absolutely golden tips earlier with some hooks that you can use. This is an episode that's worth going through, digging and finding those. And then I gave away a huge bonus gift to anybody who's listening live. Don't message support later. I'm sorry. We have enough support tickets to respond to and enough. This is a bonus for being here live. This is a bonus for being here live. It's 250 headlines that you can use, plug and play, to get you started today with Maynard's that hook strategy that he went over and gave you examples. That was his work, something that he's doing, and combine what he offered you with this 250 headlines that I gave you. And I believe you are going to see a big difference for that. For me, starting off a video and even just, it's not just catching their attention, it's also finding my momentum and my rhythm is so much easier when I have an initial thing to say. You know what I mean? And I think everybody can agree to that. Like when you have an initial thing to say, like whatever it is, you know, it just, you can flow, and it gives you just, it's just makes it like so much easier. So for that alone, and I'm not even including all the other value from this morning, thank you so much. And
Thank you for having me.
yeah, brother, you know, anybody who's sitting on the fence today, you know, who might even just be deciding to go through the challenge, I mean, what would you tell them based on what has transpired in your life today from quitting your job? And can you just summarize that in 15 seconds to remind that person that today is a worthy day for them to get started?
Absolutely. What I can really tell them is only just up to the day three. I would have paid more than $7 just to start the first 3 days, let alone all of the other days that comes with the mindset, how to build your business, and truly, if you want a way out of your, I don't know your situation, but whatever you are in, the 15-day challenge will basically give you the skills that you need, not to just do something, but to also give you some high income skills that you can use, even at your job. But that's what I say. Just start with it, and don't prejudge it. Just finish the 15 days, and then basically, do what you want to do. Either continue or you don't. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's
Give
it.
yourself a shot, give yourself a chance, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You
Don't
never know
say,
what's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
It's crazy. Would you have ever thought, I mean, here you are sitting in wherever the hell you are, home or somewhere,
Yeah.
hotel, I
Home.
don't
Yeah.
know. Home,
No, I'm
okay.
home. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful home, beautiful home. You're
Thank you.
sitting there. How does it feel to sit in your own home knowing that you're there for the day unless you want to leave, and you can go, you know, have a meal with you or a walk or whatever you want to do with your wife, and you don't have to, I mean, how honestly are you feeling in your life right now?
I still can't believe it, honestly. Sometimes now and then, because I'm used to having my phone. They call me anytime. Um,
Yeah.
it's definitely different. I still don't believe it. But I would pay thousands, millions to have this what I have right now. It's priceless. Having you basically sitting at your home, doing what you do, and basically you can. No one is going to tell you and call you need to come into work, because you're your own boss, and no one can tell you to do anything. So it's priceless. There is no price. So
Well, now you're being called probably in various places around the home to go and do various activities, right?
not really, because I have basically, I have 6 to 8 hours that I do in my office, and I do everything, the content, emails, all that stuff. But I do have, I'm working my job, or a job, so I do
You're
have time that I do for
you're
myself.
Well, yeah, you're treating this like a business, like a job, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go into your office and you say, "Babe,
Yeah.
I know you can't keep your hands off me, and I know I'm here in the house all day, but I need 8 hours, right?"
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
all yours at 8:01, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right,
That's
Maynard.
pretty much it.
Well, my man, keep living to your fullest, and
Thank you.
come back and keep us posted, okay, in a few months, and let us know how you're doing.
Will do. Thank you for having me.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
You can follow Maynard at Dream Into Reality on TikTok and Instagram. And for me, today might have been a breakthrough for me if I was new to really kind of see somebody who was travel. This was a powerful day. Plus, you really got a practical like nugget that you can go and use now. Like, so I'm going to give you the 250 email headlines one more time that you can use as, hooks in the beginning of a TikTok, an Instagram, a YouTube short, anything like that, or really even a video, even a sales page. I mean, so much of this is interchangeable, and there's really no rules to it. You can use, good copy is applicable anywhere. So, I mean, these 250 email headlines could be the hook or headline of a Facebook ad, the headline of an email, the headline of a sales page, the words that you verbally say at the beginning of a TikTok video. So I want you to also know that just because it says 250 email, all this marketing is interchangeable. My man James O'Sullivan said, great webinar today. And you know what? I mean, these are not even like quote webinars. I know what you're saying. These are just things that we're doing here for free as an interview. And, we have so much more training going on inside of our community. And I just say that for those of you who don't know, I mean, we have weekly webinars that are going on back in with our Blueprint members. We have, decade in a days that are happening, virtual masterminds. So get plugged into what's going on in the community so you can earn and learn a life-changing skill and change the direction of your life forever. Be legendary, and we'll see you back here for another episode tomorrow. Peace.